Cause I always catch them off guard, so you just can go ahead and hit it whenever. Cause wow, now she done froze up. See, she done see the red button and everything. She done froze up. She was just laughing and joking. No, but how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
I'm gonna let you hold this.
Oh boy.
Okay, it's getting real. It's getting real. Please tell the people this is the King Team Network. We are a podcast. We are the podcast of Ohio, number one best podcast, nominated and won. We give people a chance to tell their stories and what they do. So, who are you and what do you do?
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for that introduction. And I commend you on the work that you're doing in the city. So let me first start there. My name is Nickisha Johnson, and I am the owner of the Elite Travel Company, and we are a full-service travel agency here in Cleveland, Ohio. And what we do is we pretty much specialize in group travel arrangements. We can take care of all of your travel needs, from your flights to your hotel accommodations, building an itinerary specifically for the group. What makes us so unique is that your experience actually starts at booking. And so we pride ourselves on the elite service that we provide. We have prearranged trips, so you can join any of our groups that we have departing. So, glad that you asked. So we have a direct connection with various destinations in Africa. So we have groups that are going to Egypt. We have 2 groups departing this year for Egypt. And we have a group departing for Ghana, Morocco. And then we're building our group trips for 2024 right now. But what brings us here today is because we are here at John Hay High School, and we are talking about our amazing HBCU college tours. And one of the services that we provide is college tours for high school students. And it's the love of my life right now. Seeing these young students coming outside of their neighborhoods, outside of their 4-block radius, experiencing Black culture.
Where were you at in high school?
Right. Sometimes, you know what, you discover your purpose, I would like to think at the right time, but yeah, definitely. I feel like, I wish I was there. I wish I was there for me when I was in high school as well. So basically, we take students to various states. We're gone for 6 days. And so we're visiting one college per day, and they're on these campuses for 2 to 3 hours at a time. We have lunch, we tour the campus, we mingle with the students, we get an opportunity to speak with their student ambassadors, learn all about the admissions process, and really get to experience what college life is all about on campus during a real college day. So the students love it. We typically have about 100 spots. Our tours, when we start booking, they sell out really, really quickly. So not only do we take the students on a college tour, but we really want them to have an amazing experience. So like I said previously, our tours start at booking. We connect with every single family when they book our tour, and we build relationships right then and there. We have a student orientation that our students are required to attend before they can join our tour. Their parents must attend also. We give an overview of what to expect from our tour. And then we hold a student luncheon for our students. And that luncheon is specifically for students and chaperones because we want to bond with our students. We want to get to know them a little bit better, and we want them to bond with each other. So we're traveling for 6 days. We have 100 students. So we want to make sure that we become a little bit more comfortable with everybody in the group before we leave. So then once we start traveling, the students, they have a lot of fun. And I go above and beyond to make sure that we really connect with our students. And we want to not just take them on a college tour, but we want to have impact on their thinking, on their decision making. So we incorporate a lot of things into the week of our tour. So as an example, the last tour Thank you so much for saying that. So on our last tour, which was just this past February, and all of this information can be found on our Instagram. It's at The Elite Travel Co. On Instagram and The Elite Travel Co. on Facebook. But our students, we took 50 students in February. We went to D.C. They had an opportunity to tour the White House. They had an opportunity to visit the U.S. Capitol building. We took them to the African American History Museum, and we went ice skating on the National Mall. We did all that before we visited our first tour. And so the students really, we set the tone, at the beginning. I had the students wear all black. We had like a full blackout day. And when we got off our tour bus and we walked, we got in line for the White House, everybody stopped and was just staring at us. And it was black excellence, truly black excellence. And we were the largest African-American group there. And there were so many students there from so many schools, but we were the largest group that had African-American students. And this was our students' first experience outside of their communities. Many of our students, they had never been to D.C., they had never been to the White House, and so it was a really gratifying moment. From there, our students visited about 7 HBCUs. And if I didn't put emphasis on this, we're not just going on college tours, we're going on an HBCU college tour. So they're learning about black history, black excellence, black culture, what makes our schools and our HBCUs so significant to our students in our community. However, our tours are open to all races, demographics, but we definitely want to make sure that we celebrate our black beauty and our black excellence as well.
Where did this whole elite travel company ideas? When was the day?
So actually, it started because my business partner took a trip to Egypt, and it was a lot of people first time seeing Africa in such a beautiful light. And he documented his every single day that he was in Africa. And so people started to reach out to him, like an overwhelming amount, wanting to know how can they take a trip like this? How can they go to Egypt? So our start of our company started from just planning a group trip to Egypt. Wow. He wanted to go back, and he wanted to bring people with him. Yeah. And so, we had so many people. It was a lot of people that signed up to go to Egypt. And so we start planning. But, if you're going to do things, I feel like you need to put forth your best effort, and you need to do it the best that you can do it. So from that trip, we launched a travel company, a travel agency. And so we model ourselves behind, just being involved in a community and exposing, people to various places that they never even knew existed. And so it's so gratifying to see people experience these trips. And we go on, we have an elite travel member that accompanies our groups because we want to make sure that your experience is an exceptional experience. Something goes wrong, there's an elite travel company. No, we're not sitting, nope. We want to be there. If I could be on every trip, I will be. But we can guarantee that we're going to have an elite travel company with your group to ensure that you have an amazing trip. All you have to do is just show up and have a great time.
Now, when was this established?
2021. So we launched and we started. It was still a pandemic.
Oh, absolutely.
It was literally still a pandemic when we opened.
So
yeah.
That was my question. How did it affect a business such as this?
Mm-hmm. So actually, we started at a time where people were tired of being in the house. They were ready to travel. They were just kind of, a little hesitant about how to do it. So here we come, priding ourselves on Elite. We're a concierge service for travelers who don't want to worry about all the planning and prepping, and we take care of all of the worry. We make it smooth and seamless. So like I said, all you have to do is worry about having a great time. So in 2021, people were actually like, I'm ready to go. Where do I book? Where do I sign up? And so we took care of all of the requirements, the entry, exit, what you needed to do, what you need to prepare for when you're traveling during the COVID. And so we had multiple groups that departed. And our very first Egypt trip left. We departed last October. Wow. So 2022, we took about 28 travelers to Egypt. And we were there for our total travel days included 11, but we were in Egypt for 9 days, and that's a whole nother experience. But our Egypt trip set the tone for how my college tours are. So I took this trip to Egypt, and then I came back and I was like, I want my students to have the same type of experience when they go on their trips, and I want all of my groups to have this experience. But Egypt, we were there for 9 days total. We started in Cairo, so all of our travelers got an opportunity to visit the pyramids, the Egyptian museum, and we went to so many different places. Hold on, because we then took a flight, flew to Luxor, boarded a cruise ship, and we cruised the Nile River for 4 nights. What? We were getting off, and we were going to different spots, and it was the best trip of my life and to date. Like, I don't know. I set the bar really high for that group. But we cruised the Nile for 4 nights. We ended in Aswan. And then when we got to Aswan, we took another taxi boat over to an island called Elephantine Island. And we actually got to be in the Nubian village with the Nubians, and which became our family. And that was, I'm hoping so.
I have not met a woman my age that don't want to go on a trip now.
Yes.
Said the Nile River.
The Nile River, and it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. So there were so many things that I don't think we have enough time to go all off into the detail.
Okay, we already made the Nile River for 4 days. All right, that's enough. Sign up. Okay.
Yeah, but I will say this: if you visit our website, it's theelitetravelco.com. So www.theelitetravelco.com. We have our own prearranged trips, but that's not where we stop. We can customize a group trip for you and your family and your friends. The minimum is 10 people or 10 rooms, and we have access to over 100 destinations. So it don't have to be an African trip, although that's the heart of ETC, but it does not have to be an African trip. Let's say, for instance, your dream vacation is Greece, or, I don't know, you want to go to Tokyo or something like that. Yeah. Or all 100 destinations. We are your concierge service. So we'll put together that group trip for you. We have low deposit options if you don't want to pay a lump sum up front, and we can, take flexible payment options for you, payment plans. We want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to, experience, travel industry and have their dream vacation, at an affordable cost. So we pride ourselves on those things.
I love it. So my last question, how do you continue to expand into different countries, places? Like, how does that work?
Well, how does it work? Well, because we are a full service travel agency, and we, like I said, we pride ourselves on the level of service. Our goal is to make connections, with everywhere that we go, everyone that we encounter across the world. And we also, So you have to learn the language. And you have to become familiar. So our travel agency, we have connections. We have people that are on the ground in these destinations. So all of our trips, great question, comes with our own personal tour guide. So as an example, when we went to Egypt, their primary language is Arabic. And so my business partner, he speaks Arabic. And I think he does a great job, but he doesn't think it's so fluent. But we had a tour guide that met our group from the time we landed in Cairo, stayed with our group the entire time, took the cruise with us, and he acted as our personal, like, he was my Superman. Like, he was there, and he really made it easier for us. But so with all of our trips, you'll have your own personal tour guide. We'll have our own personal tour guide from the moment we enter into a country until I become this world traveler where I'm able to speak the languages, and, we don't need it. I'll be the tour guide one day.
Mm-hmm. Right. I did have one more question. Where can they find you personally if you have a personal Instagram?
I do. Well, I have the travel company have the Instagram at the Elite Travel Co. And then Facebook at the Elite Travel Co. on Facebook. Yep. But my personal Instagram, if they just want to follow me.
You're a world traveler.
Yeah. I don't post much on my, everything is on a travel company. But I'm mother of the GOAT. My son he's the GOAT. He's 12, and he's an awesome athlete. So yeah, that's MUVATHEGOAT on Instagram. So that's me. I don't have it's basketball stuff, a basketball mom stuff, and some travel stuff there.
So what made you travel then? Were you a traveler your whole life?
No, so all right, I'm gonna try to run this down in like 30 seconds. I'm gonna try to run this down in 30 seconds. So I have always I'm an organized person. Like I've organized everything. I'm a planner. Everything has to be planned. Don't call me last minute. I want to plan. And I know that with planning, such as our travel company, the more time we have, the more flexibility we have. And it makes it easier, on everybody. So I'm a planner. I love to be organized. And I'm a smother mother, so that's what makes the tours, a little bit more personal for me when we're dealing with the students. And then I always had the desire to just travel the world and see the world, but I had a huge fear of flying. I had a huge fear of being on a cruise ship. And so when this idea was presented to me to plan this trip to Egypt, I had to get over those fears. I had to get over every single one of them in order for me to step into my purpose. And so I was so scared, even up until the day we left, I was thinking about backing out of the tour. And when the Egypt trip, and when I overcame those fears, I had the most amazing time of my life. Just solidified that I was doing the right thing. And I was, it was something, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that's where, I had a definite, I definitely did. But it was a combination of just fear and just, wanting to walk into your purpose and not miss your mark while you're here. I feel that it's more spiritual for me than anything. But, but I absolutely love it. It never feels like work. You get to travel and meet people and, meet amazing people who have their own podcast, who's doing amazing things in the community. So, I mean, what more can you ask for?
Thank you so much. This is the KT Network. We out of here.